Korean skincare is everywhere. Sheet masks, snail mucin, 10-step routines, and the famous glass skin look. But is it just clever marketing or does it actually work? Today, I'm decoding the Korean skincare craze, why it became such a huge deal and what makes it special and whether it's right for your skin or no. I'm Dr. Jyoti Aneja, your aesthetic dermatologist with over 16 years of experience in dermatology and aesthetics. My heartfelt goal is to support and guide you on your journey to healthier, more radiant skin and hair. Because I truly believe everyone deserves to feel confident and comfortable in their own skin. Hi guys, I'm Dr. Jyoti Aneja, your skincare specialist, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm here to bust all your skincare myths. So let's understand, why is Korean skincare everywhere?
What is the hype about Korean skincare?
I think it's because everybody else is doing it. Just in fear of missing out.
So basically, I think it's just the hydrogels because for the skin glowy, for the buffing camera. I think K-dramas and influencers, they did look flawless and aesthetic, but I think it's just that people are copying them to have that flawless look. It's trendy and its packaging is very cute and minimal. I feel the harms of the hype is just because it has a premium feel.
To begin with, are we all not fond of K-pop, K-dramas and the glass skin? Clear, luminous, hydrated. It's become aspirational worldwide. Everybody wants it. And then comes in the cute packaging. Interesting ingredients for sure, yes. Something like snail mucin, my favorite, centella and sciatica. You've got rice water. And then the heavy influencer campaigns. Well, it does look fun and luxurious, right? And then comes our favorite, social media. Instagram or TikTok ko kya pasand hai? Aesthetically looking products and the texture. So Korean brands have definitely nailed that game. All this is okay, but the main question is it best for the skin health? And the answer is, well, itna easy thodi na hai. Decode to karna padega. And it's not just marketing. Korean skincare does have some unique aspects. Sabse pehle to, it's pretty advanced. The formulations contain snail mucin for your skin repair, centella sciatica for soothing, fermented extracts for barrier repair. And then comes in the focus, which is on hydration. That's what I love about it. Now, they're lightweight, so layering is easy, and that helps repair the barrier function of your skin. And coming to the gentle approach, because they do not strip away your skin barrier and they're pretty easy on your skin. They have calming and hydrating skincare influence. And when it comes to self-care, we like the feeling when we apply a sheet mask. And who does not enjoy the muciny texture of snail mucin and the Medicubes of the world? It feels more like a ritual than actually a chore. But now is the time for a reality check. Are Korean skincare products made for Indian skin? So some Korean products also use fragrance and essential oils, which can irritate sensitive skin type, very commonly seen in India. The Koreans focus on hydration and barrier repair. So because their climate is cool, dry, and that's why they're using gentle and milder actives. But as Indian skin, hame kya chahiye? We want oil control or pigmentation control, because we live in a hot, humid, tropical country with very high sun protection as a priority. Should you be using Korean products? If you like the experience, yes, pick one or two products that complement your existing routine. But existing routine kya hona chahiye? I should always have a cleanser. I should follow it up with an antioxidant serum. फिर लगाएंगे हम moisturizer, and then without fail we're going to apply a sunscreen. And to this routine, you add one Korean hero product if you enjoy it. So if I am to recommend you something, I would say hydration and barrier repair ke liye use a snail mucin based product. They are great, and there are some really nice repair balms and sleeping masks that are available. So hydration boost at night, you can definitely use a water sleeping mask, and for a feel good day, you definitely have your sheet mask options open. The long and short of everything, जो हमें नहीं भूलना है, less is always more. हर चीज जो मार्केट में अवेलेबल है वो मेरे फेस के लिए नहीं है. Everything that is being used by an influencer is not meant for my skin. You have to treat your skin like a sacred canvas. Less is always more. Now comes my favorite part, comparing Indian skincare with Korean skincare with equal love for both of them. Now, when it comes to a Korean face wash, these trending face washes that you see in the screen right now, I would say if your skin is dry, you're living in a colder area, or you are living through winters, please opt for a Korean cleanser. It will definitely calm your skin down. But if you have an oily skin type, you're struggling with acne, the skin barrier is deformed, where you feel pigmentation prone hair, skin unevenness hair, dullness hair, multiple skin shades that you are struggling with, then most definitely opt in for a fresh start, because that is your lazy girl or the lazy boy's cleanser. That one cleanse, it's going to clean you out. Let's look at 4 everyday products and see how Korean and Indian skincare options compare clinically, not just by the hype. Now, when it comes to cleansers, the Korean cleansers are low in pH, they are gel-based, and they're definitely gentle, best for dry and normal skin. If you live in a colder place, most definitely a good choice for you. And when it comes to Fresh Start Foaming Face Wash, I would say it is simple, refreshing, designed for oily, acne-prone Indian skin. Easily available and affordable too. So my medical verdict would be they both have their place. Korean for barrier support and Indian for acne-prone skin in humid tropical climates. When it comes to moisturizers, I would say I do love. I have a sweet spot for the Korean moisturizers, the Water Bank cream. They're luxurious, they provide deep hydration, but the downside is they're fragranced and yes, pretty expensive too. When it comes to Indian moisturizers, I would say I like the lightweight formulas which are fragrance-free, and they provide us similar hydration at a lower cost. So I would say Indian moisturizers give comparable results, often at about 1/3 the cost and without any added fragrances, so works well for sensitive skin type. But if you're looking at a ritual, you can opt in for a Korean moisturizer as well. So when it comes to serums and actives, my verdict would be for pigmentation and brightening, which is very common in India. We would say Indian serums often give us more targeted results, while the snail mucins of the world are great for just about barrier issues. Now, moving on to my favorite, which is sunscreen. This is something very, very close to my heart. I would say the Korean sunscreens are very lightweight, pleasant to use, but the UVA coverage can be limited for high UV exposure. Whereas the Indian sunscreens, on the other hand, are designed for Indian weather and tested for high UV index. So my verdict there would be for Indian sun exposure, local sunscreens are usually more practical and protective as well. So you don't need to pay 4 times more just because it's trending. Look at what's best for your skin and what does your skin actually need. Korean products are elegant, no doubt about it, yes. But Indian products are often more practical for our climate, our skin issues. So you use Korean skincare as an addition, definitely not a replacement.
Korean products is equals to instant glass skin.
Well, I'd say that's actually a myth, because the truth is your lifestyle, genetics and consistent skincare matter so much more than just products.
All Korean skincare is natural or chemical free.
That's just clever marketing.
Ingredients that works for Korean skin will work for Indian skin.
Well, it's like Korean food working for us Indians. 4 दिन के बाद हम बोर हो ही जाते हैं. Our body has different needs, so does our skin. So yes, it's good as one of the ingredients, but the only ingredient, I wouldn't agree.
Whitening and brightening products will lighten your skin tone.
Never been into whitening and lightening, always for even, healthy skin tone.
Korean products are too mild for oily or acne prone skin.
Well, yes, because they're made for a skin type that sustains cold better. So they're more hydrating, and when you're talking about hydrating products, that are definitely going to worsen your acne. So yeah, no.
You can skip a patch test with Korean products.
You should ideally not skip a patch test with any new product.
Rice and other Cape beauty staples suit all skin types.
No, it's like dal chawal is as native to India as anything else, but it still does not suit everyone. So how can all these products be meant? One size never fits all.
Indian skin doesn't need hydration focused products.
Definitely not true. It's individual to your skin type. If you have dry skin, most definitely you need hydration. And if you have an oily skin, you need to work on your skin accordingly. But compared to Korean skin, definitely Indian skin needs lesser hydration, but we do need hydration at the end of the day. Few quick tips before trying any new product. Always patch test a product, be it Korean or otherwise, because it may contain fragrance and it may irritate a sensitive skin type. Is Korean skincare just a hype? Well, the marketing definitely is, but the products can be great when used correctly. If you want me to make a full guide on the best Korean products for Indian skin type, comment below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's keep your skincare simple and smart, not hyped and complicated. See you in the next one.